So before we start working on our activity website, which is Vehicles United, it's a folder inside my K drive 1076 group and activities folder. In Dreamweaver, before we start even functioning for this website, we'll set up the site definition dialog box. Right now, a dialog you can always open from the menu bar, which is site menu, as you can see, or in the same line at the end, there is a little structure like a flowchart icon. Yeah. So either you click on that or you click on the site menu. It's more or less same. It gives you those options as well. Menu obviously gives you more options to choose from. But if I'll just go to either site menu, and I can see the new site and the manage site option, or the last icon also I can see the new site or the manage site options. They both will end up in the same result. Okay. So we use the manage sites option, which will open this a little pop-up window, and you can see the manage sites will show you the list of all the sites defined by myself for different clients. Okay, all you see in this box is the label of the site, the name of the site. Okay, in your computers you will have different list, because this list is only for this particular computer. So on your student computers or even at home, you will only see the list which you are defining for your machine, right? These are all local settings. Now that's why I said you should give a unique name so you can identify yourself. Okay. Now I've used different clients, 1055 and so on. There's a Vehicle United. Do you see that? I've already used it for some of my other group. But it doesn't matter even if you see anything here or not. Because you can see here, you can select any label you want, and either you can edit, duplicate, or remove the existing labels. If not, I can actually just say done here, or cancel, and I can go back to those menus or that menu, and I can select new site option. So the manage site you can normally use if the site is already defined. If it is not defined, you just go for the new site and start defining your own site. If it is a basic configuration, you're not using too much of FTP and so on, then we can use the basic layout of defining a site. Now the screenshots you have in the handouts, they are for this basic layout. Okay. But if you want a quicker version or more advanced features to set up, you can go to the advanced tab, and you can see it gives you a lot more categories to set. Now those who are using Dreamweaver quite more efficiently, they will understand most of these options. You are just beginners at the level at the moment, so you can max use right now is just the local information category, and that should be enough for you. So what you see in advanced level at the local information category is what you're gonna see in the basic, but just in next button stages, right? Otherwise they're more or less same. Now either I can keep it the local information this way, or I can go back to the basic tab, and here it will just give me a bit more easier way to understand. Now here, the first thing it will ask you is, what would you like to name your site? By default it says Untitled Site 2, okay? But I should change it to, let's say, I'll give you the 1076 group name, dash Vehicles United. Because I already have Vehicles United, so I'm just giving a reference of this group number. What is the HTTP address of the website? Now we are not doing any real-time website, so even if you leave this default without doing anything, that's fine. In future, if you're designing for some online real-life website URL, just mention the URL here. But that shouldn't make too much difference in terms of how it works, okay? So as long as you give some label here and just click on the next, then the second stage it asks you, do you want to use any server technology such as PHP or something? At level 2 we are not doing any database or dynamic websites. That's level 3 we will be learning. So at least level 2 concern, we are not going to design or define any server. So just keep it no as it is. Go to the next. How do you want to work with your files during the development? Means you want to edit. Option is edit locally, which is the recommended, or upload directly to the server, which is obviously not a good choice. Okay, even if you are pro, and even if you know how much, no matter how effectively, even I don't use this option, because it's better to test 100% at your local machine and then only upload it, because once it goes live, things are not in hand, and then clients can come back to you with their errors, all the sort of problems. So it's better to have it recommended, which is edit locally. And where on your computer do you want to store your files? Now this should be your root folder. Okay, so the first stage we gave the label or the name of the site. At this stage we are mentioning its root folder. If we do this, our life is safe, at least while we use Dreamweaver here. So I'm going to just simply click on the folder icon, go to my K drive, web 1076, DW, activities, vehicles united. So that's my local root folder. Select next. How do you connect to the remote server? Now this is also we're not going to use right now. Once we have FTP account, we will be using this feature. Right now we just had to drop it down and say none, because we are not using any uploading to the server right now. In future you can just drop it down and select FTP, and then you can feed all these 4 things, which is your FTP URL, FTP ID, FTP password. You can test your connection, and it should connect to your remote server. So it's very, very easy to change information later on. Right now, just make it none. To the next. As usual, it shows summary, local information only right now, site name and folder. Rest, nothing. Okay, just say done, and it quickly creates the temporary memory for you in computer. And the immediate thing you should see is here, the very important panel called files in the right hand side. In this file, it will show you the name of your site here. It shows you're working on the local view, and under that it shows you the local files you have inside your folder already. Means once you define this, you don't need to go to my computer and all those things. All your folders and files and contents you will see here one by one. And just by double clicking or dragging and dropping, you can start using information. So combining information and using it for constructing your web page will be so much easier now than HTML hand coding. Okay? So stage by stage, you are making your life more efficient by using this software. Just to show you how it works further, once I define it, I can click on the assets panel. I can see the list of all the images. If I have a blank page, I can simply go to the assets folder, and I can simply drag and drop the image in the design view. It will ask me, what is the path? Just say OK. In hand coding, you might forget writing ALT, which is alternate text. But in Dreamweaver, the moment you insert image, it prompts you the message that what should be the alternate text. Okay? So you just type it, and it will automatically hand code it in HTML. So if it is a logo, I will just say logo, okay. I see the image in design view. Straightforward. If I'll go to the code view, image tag, width, height, alt equals whatever I feed in that little box. Everything's coded. I go back to design view, you see this is how it's going to look. Once you save and preview it in a browser, this is how exactly it will look. So much more effectiveness on using. But all this is quite useful if you have defined the site. So I want you to define this site now, and then we'll go for the next stage of actually discussing the layouts. Right. So copy the Vehicles United folder in your M drive, and using that folder define your own site. Okay. Instructions are there in the handouts as well. Thanks.